Detox or liver cleansing diets have been around for many years. With astonishing claims of rapid and easy weight loss, improved health and more energy, they offer the ultimate quick fix to get you healthy again. In this podcast, I will give you the essential guide to detox diets, look at some of those claims versus the reality, and outline my list of pros and cons for anyone considering going on a cleanse. Welcome to the Thinking Nutrition Podcast. My name is Tim Crow, and I'm a career researcher, educator, and science communicator, with most of this spent in the field of nutrition. How do you make sense of so much conflicting information in the field of nutrition? While I don't profess to have all the answers in an area that is continually changing as research changes, you can count on what is covered in this podcast to be based on the whole field of nutrition science, not just selective areas that support a particular way of thinking. And this podcast will always be free from any commercial product tie-ins, endorsements, or advertisements. Just credible nutrition science presented in plain and simple language, and then translating this into what it means for your health. So, on with today's show. The idea of detoxing the body dates back thousands of years. In fact, several sources say that the process of detoxification can be traced back to ancient Egyptian and biblical times. So, what is the rationale behind a detox diet? Promoters of detox diets claim that the diet is intended to purge the body of a supposed buildup of toxins to regain good health. These toxins are claimed to arise from our body being overloaded with pollution, cigarette smoke, a poor diet, eating refined foods, food additives, alcohol, and caffeine. Toxin buildup is supposed to be the main culprit for weight gain, constipation, bloating, flatulence, poor digestion, heartburn, diarrhea, lack of energy, and fatigue. So detoxing is a way for the body to eliminate these toxins, and as a result, a person will feel healthier and lose weight. Detox diets make amazing promises, including dramatic weight loss and more energy, all achieved by flushing these unnamed toxins from the body. But the weight loss seen on such diets is entirely due to their restrictive nature and has little to do with the elimination of toxins. A few days on a detox program does not absolve a person from a poor diet and lifestyle. So what does a typical detox diet involve? Detox diets can vary from a simple diet of raw vegetables and unprocessed foods and the elimination of caffeine, alcohol, and refined sugars to a much stricter diet, bordering on a starvation diet, with only juices consumed. Detox diet programs can last from anywhere from a day or two up to several months. Foods allowed or banned can vary dramatically among popular detox diets, but typically healthy foods such as fruits, vegetables, beans, nuts, seeds, herbal teas, and water are allowed. Common foods normally banned include wheat, dairy, meat, fish, eggs, caffeine, alcohol, salt, sugar, and highly processed foods. Some detox programs may also recommend vitamins, minerals, and herbal supplements. There is no shortage of glowing testimonials from people who have gone on a detox diet, claiming to feel cleansed, energized, and healthier. But if you go searching for evidence-based scientific research to support the testimonials, you'll find they are very thin on the ground indeed. The principle that we need to follow a special diet to help our body eliminate toxins is not supported by medical science. Healthy adults have a wonderful system for the removal of waste products and toxins from the body. Our lungs, kidneys, liver, gastrointestinal tract, and immune system remove or neutralize toxic substances within a few hours after we eat them. Promoters of detox diets have never put forward any evidence to show that such diets help remove toxins from the body at any faster rate than what our body normally eliminates them. Simply not putting in toxins in your body in the first place is not a detox. If a detox diet worked, it should eliminate toxins at a faster rate than what your body normally does. And there is no evidence really to support those claims. In fact, a 2015 critical review on the basis for detox diet claims published in the Journal of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, which I'll link to in the show notes, found no compelling evidence to support the use of detox diets for weight management or toxin elimination. In fact, the authors went so far as to say that the seductive power of detox diets likely lies in their promise of purification and redemption, which are ideals that are deep-rooted in human psychology. One fact conveniently ignored by promoters of detox diets is that many vegetables can have more naturally occurring pesticide toxins present in them than those found in meat, fish, and milk. Our body, especially the liver, has little trouble dealing with toxins naturally found in foods. In fact, one theory is that the mild stress and adaptation to these naturally occurring chemicals found in many vegetables is one explanation for their health benefits on us. It's kind of like how exercise places stress on the body when we do it, but it has innumerable long-term health benefits for doing it in the first place. Now, it is undeniably true that many people do feel better for following a detox diet, yet this has little to do with the elimination of toxins from the body. Any person, especially someone who has a poor diet to start with and who eats more fruits and vegetables, drinks more water and eats fewer foods high in added fat, salt and sugar, and drinks less alcohol, will naturally feel better for it. In other words, detoxes and cleanses work as de facto elimination diets. An elimination diet is a diet that removes a food or category of foods that you suspect might negatively affect your health. As for the dramatic claims of weight loss, this is easily explained by the restrictive nature of detox diets, which can cut kilojoule intake dramatically. The more extreme detox diets so severely restrict kilojoules that the body loses most of its carbohydrate stores, which is as glycogen, which you find in the muscle and liver. So the result of this is several kilograms of weight loss, but a lot of this is actually water contained with that glycogen, and this weight will go back on as soon as a person resumes their normal diet and carbohydrate stores are naturally replenished. None of that has anything to do with body fat stores, which is what people want to lose when they're trying to lose weight. Claims made that the typical physical side effects of detox diets, such as bad breath, fatigue, and various aches and pains, are evidence that the body is getting rid of toxins, just does not stand up to scientific scrutiny. Bad breath on a detox diet is simply a symptom that the body has gone into starvation mode, which is called ketosis, and is using more fat as an energy source because of a dramatic reduction in carbohydrate intake. As for the notion that a juice-only detox can shift your gut away from digestion and toward the excretion of toxicants, if you want your organs to do their best, including getting rid of toxins, then you should not deprive them of the nutrients they need to function. That means, rather than the occasional cleanse, what you do need is a daily diet rich in varied fruits and vegetables. So let's delve into a diet detox case study. A popular detox diet heavily promoted is the lemon detox diet. It involves purchasing a supplement which is based on tree sap, to which is added lemon juice, chili powder, and water. Following the diet for the full 7 days as recommended, with no other food consumed apart from the special detox drink, which, did I mention, you have to pay for, it does indeed result in dramatic weight loss, as ample testimonials to the diet proclaim. Unfortunately, because this detox diet is essentially a fasting diet, the initial weight loss is mostly water and carbohydrate stores, which will be rapidly regained once the detox is finished. For most people, losing weight means wanting to reduce body fat stores. The amount of exercise needed to achieve true loss of body fat in the period of a lemon detox diet to match the weight loss claims made about it would amount to needing to run over 50 kilometers every day. That's over a marathon to actually cause a true loss in body fat in a week, which is almost impossible for anybody. So while there may not be much credence to many of the health claims made about detox diets, they do have some positive aspects. It's not all bad news. Many of the recommendations of a detox diet do encourage good eating habits, such as having more fruits and vegetables, drinking more water, and cutting back on junk food and alcohol. Broad recommendations that nutritionists and dietitians the world over are in support of and have been saying for decades. Detox diets can also help people to think more about what they are eating. And for some people, a detox diet can be the start of a change to a more healthy diet and lifestyle long-term healthy habits. Apart from the false belief that a detox diet is actually detoxifying the body, these diets, though, have many well-described downsides. These include feelings of tiredness and lack of energy initially, especially in the first few days. Perhaps the expense of buying organic food, which many of the detox diets advocate consuming. Then there is the cost of a detox kit if a commercial program is followed. Then, of course, you need to factor in purchasing of supplements if they are recommended by the diet. You also need to be more organized than usual to ensure plenty of allowed foods are at home and at work. And of course, we have difficulties eating out and socializing, as most restaurants and social occasions do not involve detox-friendly meals. But the biggest downside of detox diets, especially the more extreme ones, is that any weight loss achieved is usually temporary and is more the result of a loss of water and glycogen rather than body fat. This means that the weight is easily and rapidly regained once the person goes back to a normal eating plan. These dramatic weight fluctuations can be demoralizing and lead to a cycle of yo-yo dieting. The detox fad may also encourage the idea that a person can lead an unhealthy lifestyle for most of the year and then undo all of that damage in a few days with a rapid detox, a theory that simply does not work. The Australian consumer organisation Choice has carried out a survey and expert review of popular detox diets sold in supermarkets and pharmacies. They examined 7 popular detox kits and put them under the scientific microscope by a panel of expert nutritionists and medical professionals. And I'll put my hand up here in saying that I was one of the people that helped review the kits for Choice. And I'll link to this study in the show notes. Choice found that most of the programs recommended a restriction of key food groups, such as red meat and dairy, but gave no clear justification for this. While the kits contained diet plans, some of them were unnecessarily restrictive, and some gave diet advice with poor or no rationale. For example, one kit advised not mixing fruits with vegetables in the same meal, while another recommended avoiding citrus fruits, but lemons were okay. When following a diet plan, recommendations like these can be restrictive and are certainly confusing. The conclusions made by Choice about detox diets were that there is no sound scientific evidence that we need to detox, or that following a detox program will increase the elimination of toxins from your body at any faster rate than it normally does. Some detox kits have diet plans that are far too restrictive and give dietary advice with poor or no rationale. Detox supplements provided little or no benefit over what you could get from a healthy diet. And a week or two on a detox program won't absolve a person from a year of unhealthy eating, smoking, and excess alcohol drinking. So a person is better off saving their money and making small but sustainable changes that will benefit their health in the long term. So my final point to cover in this podcast is to ask the question of if detox diets are safe. Following a typical detox diet for a few days has few real health risks in otherwise healthy people. Very restrictive detox diets, such as water or juice-only fasts, though, are not the safest form of weight loss and should not be used for more than a few days. These diets, if done improperly or for too long, may result in nutrient deficiencies. Children and women who are pregnant or breastfeeding shouldn't follow a detox program, as these people have specific nutrition needs for growth and good health. For anyone with specific dietary requirements, a chronic illness, or who may be on any type of medication, especially medication for diabetes, they should seek medical advice before embarking on a detox program. Detox diets may do little harm to most people, except perhaps for their bank balance, but neither do they do a lot of good just on their own. Rather than a detox diet, the key to feeling more energized and healthy is to reduce the number of unhealthy things in your diet and lifestyle in the first place. Nutritionists the world over consistently advise people to cut back on how much alcohol they drink, how much they smoke, and a lot of saturated and trans fats in their diet, and overall to have less foods and drinks high in added sugar. Eating plenty of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and getting plenty of activity each day are the cornerstones of diet and health guidelines for the population the world over, and none of that involves a detox. So that's it for today's show. You can find the show notes either in the app you're listening to this podcast on, if it supports it, or else head over to my webpage at thinkingnutrition.com.au and click on the podcast section to find this episode to read the show notes. If you find this podcast of value, then please consider sharing it with your friends and colleagues, or maybe even leave a review. This all helps increase the ranking and reach of the podcast, which means a big win for credible, evidence-based nutrition messages while helping to dilute out the crazy and making the world a slightly less confusing place. I'm Tim Crow, and you've been listening to Thinking Nutrition.